What is up, my friends? Welcome into the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here this morning. It is Monday, my friends. Today's topic is this: the concept of leverage. As always, thank you all for joining. Appreciate you guys coming on. All right, so we're going to get back to the grind. I know last week we missed a couple days, but no matter, we get back at it and we course correct and we go even harder. All right, so today, just wanted to talk about the concept of leverage. This is really something that once I really understood this concept and I learned how to apply it in my life, across really multiple areas of my life, everything has changed. It's really a game changer. People use that word a lot, but it really is. Like if you really get down into the nitty gritty of how to leverage yourself, the how it really works and how to actually get things done effectively, you can change your entire outlook and your entire results across your life. And I'm going to share with you today 4 steps to doing that. So, the first thing when it comes to identifying leverage is these aren't part of the 4 things, but basically the concept of it is creating an incentive for yourself, right? The concept of leverage means that you have something to gain that you're pushing towards. Like you are where you are, and there's a greater possibility that you see for yourself, or a goal or a target that you have, right? Now, you can't get there by doing what you're doing. Like, it's just impossible, whatever it might be. It's impossible for you to get where you want to be from where you are. So the whole concept of it is that you have to, like, if you just gave yourself something to lose, you probably are more apt to get after and achieve whatever you have, right? Like, there's in my experience, there's this is one of the most, if not the most effective ways of getting what you actually want, because we as human beings can be complacent, we can be lazy, we can settle. Like, it's just natural, right? We always seek the path of least resistance. I've talked about this time and time again on here. Now, the first step in identifying like where you're going to go is just that. Number 1, what do you want? Like, what is the possibility that you are chasing? What is the actual specific target that you want to get? Right? You have to be very, very clear on that, or else you're never going to be able to implement leverage in your life and actually get where you want to go. The second part, and this is probably the most important, is why do you want it? Why do you want it? Like, why does it matter to you? If you can't answer this question clearly, then it's not important. It's not important to you, at least. Like, if you can't sit down and think of an answer to this within 30 seconds, it's not important to you, because when the things get tough, when you hit setbacks, when you hit walls, you're going to quit because it's not important to you. You'll find something else to do. Like, it's natural. It's not your fault. It's just how we operate, right? Now, the third part, how will you get it? Like, how will you get this target? How will you get to where you want to go? Right? And where what I'm going to argue is you insert the concept of leverage in here. You give yourself something to lose, whether it's placing, like the app that I have, RunWage, placing some money on the line, saying I'm going to lose this money if I don't do this. Taking something away from yourself, saying I'm going to throw out, the tub of ice cream I have in the freezer if I don't clean my kitchen this weekend, or like, give yourself something to lose. And then you also have to be held accountable some way. You have to have someone else hold you accountable. You have to find a way to hold yourself accountable. And that takes real discipline, right? Like, you can say, I'll use this example. Like, you want to clean your kitchen for the weekend. And you say, all right, if I don't do this, I'm going to throw out the tub of Rocky Road ice cream I have in the freezer. Well, Monday morning rolls around and your kitchen's still not clean. Are you really going to throw out that tub of ice cream that probably cost, I don't know, $4 or $5? Are you really going to throw that away? If you're disciplined, you will. But if you told someone else that will hold you accountable and you made a deal and they show up and your kitchen's not clean, they don't care. They'll throw it out. That was part of the deal, right? So I would highly suggest you find a way to have someone else, or an app, or some way to automate holding yourself accountable, because unless you're super disciplined, you're probably not going to hold yourself accountable. Like I'm guilty of this too. That's part of why I created the app that I created, right? As far as fitness and health and running goes. Now, the fourth part to this concept of leverage is when will you get it? Like, you have to give yourself a cliff. You have to give yourself a time crunch. Like, if you don't, you'll kick the can down the road forever. Like, you'll just constantly be saying, like, well, the timing wasn't right for this. I'll do it next week. Or it's just not the time right now with, my kids and the dog and this work picnic we got going on. Like, stop it. Stop it. Like, the timing for things will never be perfect, ever. Like, that's just life. We all are part of it. We all experience that. You are not special in that regard. I hate to break it to you, but you're not. Like, the timing for all of us sucks. I get it. Like, I get it. There's things I want to do right now that I tell myself, like, oh, the timing's not quite right for this. And I know it's crap because the stars will never align. The planets will never align. Insert any cliche in there you want. Like, things will just rarely, if ever, be perfect to be like, hey, you know what? This is a good time to seize this opportunity or to, do this thing I've been putting off for so long. It's just not. It's just not, especially with summer coming up. Like, we all have a million things going on every day. So don't wait for things to be right. You have to say, like, I'm going to get this done by Saturday afternoon or by the end of the month or whatever it might be. Like, no exceptions. Like, and this requires sacrifice. This requires, like, I have to push out other things in order to get this done. And it naturally happens too. When you say, I'm going to get this done by this date and this is how I'm going to do it. This is why I'm going to do it. Things naturally, you naturally I'm getting tongue-tied here. You naturally put off other things in order to get this thing done because it becomes more important. And there's a whole different time, a matrix concept that I could talk about. I think I've talked about it before on here with Stephen Covey's, time matrix. But the thing I'm trying to get across here is, the concept of leverage. Give yourself something to lose and hold yourself accountable. Now, if you want some practice with this and you're into the fitness and running a little bit, or even if you're not, you can check out my new app, Runwage. It's available now on the Google Play and apps in Apple App Store as well. And the concept is simple. You bet money that you're going to complete the running program, and if you don't, you lose the money. If you do, you win your money back plus some. It's very, very simple. We'll hold you accountable. It's very easy. It's a simple way to even train yourself to implement leverage in other areas of your life. So a little shameless self-promotion there for my app, but obviously this is my podcast and it is my app, so I can pretty much do what I want. So, all right, man, that is going to be all for today. As always, remember the 4 concepts of leverage. What do you want? Why do you want it? How will you get it? And when will you get it? Those are the four parts of this that I want you to take away and remember. Okay. So as always, that's my question and my challenge for that. Figure out where in your life you need some leverage and implement these 4 areas in it and start working towards it. So it's going to wrap up the show. As always, thank you all for joining. Really appreciate you guys coming on. Be sure to check out the Twitter page and Facebook page for Run Your Day if you have not already. And always, like I'll say before, download the Runwage app. It's awesome. We got some updates coming this week for it already, so it's going to be really, really cool. So, as always, Dan Hafner signing off. Make it a great rest of your day, my friends.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.